Hello and welcome to our live coverage of the day's news agenda around London for the Capitals clubs. The Premier League season may have ended, but there is still plenty of football ahead of the summer's World Cup. Arsenal have confirmed Unai Emery to replace Arsene Wenger, while West Ham have confirmed the appointment of Manuel Pellegrini on a 3-year deal. Chelsea were victorious over Manchester United in the FA Cup final, but what of Antonio Conte's future? Elsewhere, West London rivals Fulham sealed promotion against Aston Villa in the Championship playoff final after Tom Cairney's goal. We'll be bringing you all the updates from the capital here throughout the day, keeping on top of all of the latest transfer news and speculation around the Premier League. Follow all the latest updates below. 13:40 While Fekir remains the most talked about transfer for Liverpool, despite the player putting the brakes on the move, a keeper doesn't seem far behind after Lloris Karius had mistakes last night. Our friends at Football Whispers rank Cenk Butland and Roma's Alisson the most likely to make the move, with Bernd Leno of Bayer Leverkusen not far behind. 13:35 The Mirror are reporting that Juventus have made an approach for Atletico Madrid stalwart Diego Godin. The Turin side see the defender as a cheap replacement for Mehdi Benatia, who could leave the club. Image, Ondurgiillena, AFP, Getty Images. 13:20 Newcastle will demand £30 million for the services of Jamal Lascelles this summer, according to reports. Plenty of Toon fans won't be happy that a figure will even be considered, but that price could prove too much for the likes of West Ham. The Hammers lost Jose Fonte in February and have already left James Collins depart the London stadium, so centre-back has become a weak position for the side. Jamal Lascelles. Image, Stu Forster, Getty Images. 12:49 Arsenal target Caglar Soyuncu has given an update about his future. He confirmed the Gunners' interest but said nothing was yet finalised. The 21-year-old has revealed that he does intend to have talks with the club. Full story on when, right here. Image, Thomas Kienzle, AFP, Getty Images. 12:34 Not many players could make Manchester City's front three scarier, but the Brazilian probably would. Despite moving to PSG for a world record fee last summer, Neymar has been constantly linked to Real Madrid, but now it seems Pep could be a greater draw. Speaking to ESPN Brazil, the 26-year-old said, "I've always wanted to work with Guardiola, he's different. I arrived in Barcelona a year after he left. I really want to work with him." 12:29 Yep, you read that, right. The Sun report that Jose Mourinho has resigned himself to losing backup stopper Sergi Romero, and poor form has left Heart struggling to find a first-team spot. Craig Gordon and Ben Foster are also believed to be under consideration. Joe Hart looks on against Arsenal. Image, Sean Botterill, Getty Images. 12:09 DC United coach Ben Olsen has had his say on the move, and it's looking like it might happen. "There is interest in Wayne Rooney from our end, and I think there is interest from his end too. I hope it can get over the line, because he's a very good player who can help us." Wayne Rooney celebrates his second goal against West Ham. Image, Paul Ellis, AFP, Getty Images. 11:24 The 26-year-old has brought plenty of interest this summer, and Arsenal have been particularly keen. Now it appears that Napoli want the nice midfielder following the appointment of Carlo Ancelotti. Manchester United have also been linked in the past. Teams will be looking to act fast after a release clause that expires was revealed earlier this week. Jean-Michel Seri vies with Lokomotiv Moscow's Igor Denisov in the Europa League. Image, Valerie H. 11:17 The Real Madrid superstar put his future into doubt last night following the Champions League final. He's now claimed they were taken out of context, but then doubled down on the chance he could leave Los Blancos. "They took something out of context that I shouldn't have said. I am not saying I am going. It is difficult to find a better place than Madrid, the best club in the world. But I can't guarantee I will stay at Real Madrid. These are situations which have been coming a long time, but sometimes you lose control. Life is not just about glory. 11:06 According to the Daily Mail, Arsene Wenger could make a return to Japan. The Frenchman managed Nagoya Grampus 8 before his Arsenal tenure and won the Emperor's Cup and the Japanese Super Cup. The J-League has already received a boost this summer with Andreas Iniesta signing for Vissel Kobe. Wenger is rumored to have had a number of offers from European clubs but holds a lot of affection of Japan's culture following his time there. Arsene Wenger, image, Stuart McFarlane, Arsenal FC via Getty Images, 10:39 After a fairly fruitless season for Christian Benteke, you can certainly see why the Eagles would be looking for a striker. They were reportedly interested in Inter Milan Man Utd in January, and that interest seems to have been revitalized. Hodgson could get the forward for less than £10 million. Crystal Palace are considering a move for Utd, image, Marco Lazzani, Getty Images, 10:34 The youngster fell at the final hurdle in the playoffs, but he wants to come and challenge for a place at Spurs after a taste of first-team football. Speaking to Alistair Gold, he certainly sounds a mature man for being so young. 10:17 I think that goal might have got Spurs fans a bit excited. But definitely makes their job of signing him a bit more difficult. Kiev, Ukraine, May 26. Gareth Bale of Real Madrid shoots and scores his side's second goal during the UEFA Champions League final between Real Madrid and Liverpool at NSC Olimpijski Stadium on May 26, 2018 in Kiev, Ukraine. Photo by Michael Regan, Getty Images, 9:31 With chances in Chelsea's first team hard to come by, Kennedy made quite an impression when he headed to Newcastle in January. The Magpies have made no secret of their desire to signing the Brazilian on a permanent basis, while a number of Europe's biggest clubs, including Arsenal and Bayern Munich, are believed to be keen on signing him. However, it is now believed that RB Leipzig want to sign him ahead of next season as a potential replacement for Emil Forsberg. Read here. Kennedy's loan spell at Newcastle United has come to an end. Photo by Serena Taylor, Newcastle United via Getty Images, 8:26 Gareth Bale was the hero for Real Madrid last night as his double-insured Los Blancos beat Liverpool 3-1 in Kiev. Having seen Sadio Mane cancel out Karim Benzema's strike, the Welshman scored an outrageous goal before adding a second late on. Given talk of a return to the Premier League this summer, Bale dropped a huge transfer hint when quizzed about his future in the Spanish capital after the game. "I need to be playing week in week out, and that hasn't happened this season for one reason or another. I have to sit down in the summer and discuss my future with my agent and take it from there. Obviously I was very disappointed not to start the game, so the best I could do was come on and make an impact, and that's what I did. It has to be the best goal I've ever scored. I'm just happy to get the win. We know what we've achieved and how good we've been. We let everyone else speak. We know how hungry and determined we are, and we showed it again today." Gareth Bale is back in training. Image, Angel Martinez, Real Madrid via Getty Images, 20:46 Swansea City have approached Ostersund's over potentially bringing Graham Potter to the Liberty Stadium as their new manager, say Wales Online. The South Wales club are believed to want to bring the talented English manager back from Sweden to guide them back from the Championship to the Premier League. "It's interesting," said Potter, "but I'm still Östersund's coach. There has been a lot of rumours. But right now I'm still a coach for Östersunds. Graham Potter has done a remarkable job at Östersunds. Image, Robert Henriksen, AFP, Getty Images, 2021 Mo Salah has left the Champions League final in tears with an apparent shoulder injury in the first half after a tussle with Sergio Ramos. Mohamed Salah battles with Team Bakayoko during Chelsea's win over Liverpool. Photo by Julian Finney, Getty Images, 1948 Gareth Bale has been lined with a move away from Real Madrid for a lot of 2018 so far. The sight of the Welsh wizard starting on the bench tonight has led Spurs fans to call for him to return to North London. Spurs are one of the many teams linked with the move for Bale. Read more about it here. Gareth Bale has scored 11 goals in La Liga this season. Image, Angel Martinez, Real Madrid via Getty Images, 1939 According to Gianluca Di Marzio, via Sky Sports, Arsenal are interested in Dennis Praet of Sampdoria. The 24-year-old Belgian's agent has reportedly already held concrete talks with Arsenal. But the North London club are not the only side said to be interested in securing the services of the Belgian this summer, with Juventus also believed to be chasing him. Dennis Praet of UC Sampdoria. Image, Mario Carlini, Iguana Press, Getty Images, 1841 Arsenal's plans to shore up their defensive frailties appear to have hit a wall, with key target Caglar Soyuncu talking up a move to Spain recently. The Freiburg youngster was one of two main defensive targets for Unai Emery's new look, Arsenal, alongside Borussia Dortmund's Socrates Papastathopoulos. But in an interview he described wanting to play for Atletico Madrid as they are a really strong team, very well organized, and they have a lot of ambition. Read more about the news here. Caglar Soyuncu 1808 According to the Mirror, Man United are lining up a move for Valencia's £30 million rated right-back João Cancelo. The Portugal international was on loan at Inter Milan last season, helping them to qualify for the Champions League by finishing fourth in Serie A. The Milan club have not yet taken up an option to make the deal permanent, which has allegedly alerted Mourinho to the possibility of signing him. João Cancelo of FC Internazionale. Image, Gabriele Maltini, Getty Images, 1750 The world's most expensive player has said he would like to play under Pep Guardiola, say Footmercado.net. Neymar was asked about his future by ESPN Brazil while in camp with Brazil ahead of the World Cup when he made the claim. He said, "I have always wanted to work with Guardiola. It's different. I arrived 1 year after his departure. I really want to work with him." Neymar has been the subject of many transfer rumors in the lead-up to this window, with Real Madrid appearing as the early favourites if he were to leave PSG. Neymar wants to work with Guardiola. Image, Action Images, Carl Recchini, 1727 West Ham could find themselves with a little bit more to spend this summer if Robert Snodgrass helps Aston Villa into the Premier League today at Wembley against Fulham. The Scottish international is on loan at the Villains this season and apparently has a clause in his loan deal that means West Ham would be owed money if Aston Villa are promoted to the Premier League. Read more detail on the deal here. Robert Snodgrass. Photo by Neville Williams, Aston Villa FC via Getty Images, 1715 Arsenal have reportedly made contact with one of Unai Emery's former clubs over interest in a goalkeeper. Petr Cech is still expected to wear the number 1 jersey next season, but the club have approached Sevilla about boosting their options between the sticks. Read more about it here. Unai Emery. 1711 Juventus are hopeful of signing Man United's Matteo Darmian for £11.5 million this summer, according to the Daily Mail. Juve have recently released Stefan Lichtsteiner, who is now set to be the first signing in Arsenal's Unai Emery era, and reportedly see Darmian as a viable replacement. The Mail claimed that United have held talks with 3 possible replacements for Darmian, including Atletico Madrid's Sime Versalco. Matteo Darmian under pressure from Vogensen. Image, Chris McGrath, Getty Images, 1556. Javier Hernandez has cast doubt on his future at West Ham in an interview with Univision. He also reacted to the appointment of Pellegrini but said that he was more focused on the World Cup than on who was manager at London Stadium. Read what he had to say here. Javier Hernandez celebrates with Marko Arnautovic after scoring his goal. Image, Sean Botterill, Getty Images, 1523. According to Corriere dello Sport, via Calcio Mercato, Arsenal and Chelsea will face competition from Italy for Jean-Michel Seri. The 26-year-old Nice midfielder reportedly has a release clause in his contract of €40 million, which would eat up a large proportion of Arsenal's transfer budget for this summer. According to reports, Napoli are also interested in the midfielder who has been garnering a lot of attention around Europe with his performances this season. Jean-Michel Seri vies with Lokomotiv Moscow's Igor Denisov in the Europa League. Image, Valerie H. 1502. It's been a busy hour or two for Man United here and now. Bookmakers Coral have announced that they have suspended betting on Fred joining Man United. According to the Manchester Evening News, Coral had received a surge in bets on the move, with odds getting as short as 1/6 prior to cancelling the market. Coral's John Hill said, "This latest gamble suggests to us that this is a deal that Jose Mourinho wants to get done before the World Cup, therefore we have pulled the plug on the market, as it will be a huge surprise if he is not a Manchester United player before the start of the new campaign." Shakhtar's Fred has flourished under Paulo Fonseca. Image, Kenzo Triboulard, AFP, Getty Images.